Hello, welcome to United Kopitiam and welcome to Malaysia where there is a jam at 12:30 at night. 12:30 in the morning at night. So it's 12:30 but 12:35 in Malaysian time, and the transfer window is shut. The transfer window in England is shut, and that means today's last days of the transfer window, and there's no more transfer that can come in at all. And Manchester United have not done any deal on the last day of um, the transfer window. Well, you can say we did do some deal. Now the thing is, Marcus Rojo has been touted to leave Manchester United. It's still not confirmed at the moment, but what has been confirmed is on the last day Lukaku is gone. Lukaku is gone to Inter Milan for about 74 million pound, 80 million euro. So if you happy, please hit the like button here. So I think at the end of the day, what do you see? What do you think? What do we think about this transfer window? We have gotten three very good players. We started with Daniel James at 15 millions plus 3 millions add-on. Very quick player, very pacey, one of the fastest player you could say, and he's gonna do wonders. He's gonna do wonders on the right wing. The thing is, he's still very raw at 21 years old. He's still very raw, but he will grow with us. And I can see that Daniel James will become a very good player because, as you can see during the preseason, he's been hitting it. He's been running. He's been almost getting the chances. The one thing that's just lacking is goals and assists during the preseason games. So yes, we shall keep our eyes very closely on Daniel James. He will be playing on the right wing, supposedly on left wing. He plays a lot of the left wing, but he can play both wings. And so he will be a very good player, and it's definitely a good buy for us, especially at 15 million pound. It's a snip. But of course, he came from Swansea, and of course, he wants to come to Manchester United. It fits whatever Ole Gunnar's try to build here, which is young players who are very hungry to play for Manchester United. I think that is the correct sentiment to bring to. And the second player that we brought to is Aaron Wan-Bissaka for 50 millions. I think that's first plus 5 millions add-on, or whether it's 45 million plus 5 millions add-on. A lot of people have been saying that this might not be a very good deal. This might be for someone so young to actually go for 50 millions. I would say Aaron Wan-Bissaka, greatest right back defensively last season. No matter what the age is, he is the greatest right back defensively last season. I'm not talking about attacking, but defensively. So hence his price definitely has shot up. Could it be a one-season wonder? You can see during the preseason that he is not. He is not a one-season wonder, and he will be fixing our right wing. And as we know it, our right wing was a shambolic part of our game last season. So our right wing is now pretty much fixed. Not going attacking, but at least on the defensive side, we have really good cover, which means whoever the plays on the right wing can go on attacking run. Can feel safe to actually go and attack on the right side, and if the left side has been snuffed out, at least the right side can be useful, because we are not scared in terms of defensive, so we can be on the attack. And Harry Maguire completing our transfer for 80 million plus 5 million add-on. He is the most expensive defender. Manchester United go on breaking records. So yeah, Maguire will prove to be a very good signing for Manchester United. He has done it even before Leicester. He has done it in Hull, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why he got his move to Leicester, and one wonders why he did not move to a bigger clubs. And as soon as he gone into Leicester, he started to become a permanent part of the England team, and he has since gotten his spots, nailed his spot down in the England team, in the Leicester team, and he's one of the best defenders, centre-back defenders in the England team. So there is no reason why his price is not 80 million. I mean, it is too expensive, yes. That's the one that we have the money, we pay for it, and that's the end of the story. So did we overpay for Harry Maguire? Definitely, probably it's only 70. But then again, because we desperately need a centre back, Leicester is not gonna give him up without a fight, and we want somehow an English centre back. We want a really good centre back. So definitely in terms of Harry Maguire, that is a very that is just no. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a deal that makes sense. So again, all our three what's different from last season is all our three coming ins are really, really good. Um, Last season, Diogo Dalot was not really known. Probably in the mold of Daniel James this season. He came for 18 million. Daniel James came for 15 millions. So he has shown some flashes of attacking ability in Diogo Dalot. But again, he probably came in as someone that's really not quite known in the mold of Daniel James. But Fred is more known. He came from Shakhtar Donetsk, and he has controlled game in the Champions League. Why he can't do it in the Premier League, no one knows. No one knows. There are just people who just can't get used to the rigor, to the tenacity, the physicality of the English Premier League. So we want to see that Fred comes good this season. Let's pray that it is. But the thing is, yes, at the end of the day, we are just left on prayers, on hope. That's all we have. Hope is the things with feathers. It flies here, it flies left, it flies right, it can fly anywhere. We do not know where this is going to head. It's just something that is so fragile, something that so floaty, it can float away easily. Hope is the things like it's like feathers, no? Hope is thing with feathers. And so that's why at the end of the day, um this transfer window, we desperately need a midfielder, and we did not bring in a midfielder. And my title says it's not Ole's fault. It's definitely not Ole's fault. Ole wants, Ole wants a rebuild. Ole wants young player. I do not know about sentiment of the English player, but definitely it's there to be seen because all three players that come in are English to a certain extent. Of course, Daniel James is Scottish. But UK, United Kingdom. So the thing is, that's if I don't know, that's what Ole wants to build a young team that I can see. He wants to build a young teams that want to play for Manchester United. And as soon as he said no on the Dybala deal, I agree. I agree that if he's going to come in asking for phenomenal price, astronomical figures, no, don't sign him. We had that with Sanchez. We have someone already on the book, already on 500,000 per week, not doing anything, sitting on the bench, and that is Alexis Sanchez. So we can't afford to get in another Paulo Dybala, another diva to come in to do the same thing to us and destroy, number one, destroy our wage structure, and number two, destroy the dressing room. And this is what Ole wants to build, people who wants to play for Manchester United, and I believe that solely. But again, at the end of the day, there's one player that's begging to come here that cried during preseason because he thinks he's going, that his wife posted a little goodbye note on it's a hint, it's not really say goodbye, but it's a hint on Instagram that proves a lot about what he wants to do, that he wants to come to Manchester United, that he wants to go to Premier League. He has been saying that he wants to come to Premier League and he's just waiting for a deal, and Sporting Lisbon has blocked. Apparently, I can say this, Sporting Lisbon has blocked his attempt to come to Manchester United. But what we can say that maybe that Manchester he is being very professional. He did not throw his toys out of the pram. He did not throw a tantrum. He did not, stamp on his feet and say, I want to come. What Lukaku did to Manchester United, he did not do it. But sometimes in the transfer window, if you want your move, of course, Manchester United, Sporting Lisbon, it's a no-brainer choice. If you want to come to the bigger team, you have to do something. You have to really tell your team not to overprice you, and that's exactly what Maguire did. Because if he continues on not doing anything, Leicester will demand for 90 million, and we wouldn't be able to get Maguire. But Bruno Fernandes did not do that. We desperately need Bruno Fernandes. I do not know whether we throw all the egg in this basket because Savage is also one that is touted, but weirdly nothing happened on the Savage front. Somehow that talk broke down and nothing was reported. So I think at the end of the day, Savage gone, Bruno Fernandes gone. It's it's not the best transfer window. It's not the worst because last season was the worst. Because I know what's league, right? But this season is not far away from the worst. We have gotten the best defender in Premier League. One of the best defender in Premier League is not the best. Van Dijk is the best at the moment, but he can come to Manchester United and prove that. But we have got a really, really good defender, really, really good right back, and a promising right wing. So it's not the worst transfer window at the end of the day, but it's some of the transfer promises are broken. That's all. That's all I have to say. That's all I can say. And it's not Ole's fault that's broken. It's just Ed Woodward not willing to pay the money. It's full stop. So I think at the end of the day, it's Woodward that we have to blame. It's Glazers that we have to blame. It's the board that we have to blame, because we have only spent £145 million, and the biggest news of the day is Lukaku going out. What does Lukaku going out has to do with our transfer window at the moment? He can go out tomorrow. That's no problem. He can go out 1 week after tomorrow. That's not a problem. Why do you have to do it today? Why do we have to spend time? Is it supposed to make the fans happy that he's going today? Because we are definitely not. We know what's going to make us happy, what is not. We truly know what we want, which is Bruno Fernandes, or at least an attacking centre midfield, which we have gotten none. You tell me there's no target at all. Okay, fine. If you don't want Bruno Fernandes, Donny van der Beek is waiting from AX. David Neres is waiting. Hakim Ziyech is waiting. And Hakim Ziyech is a right wing at 25 million, and he could come in and do a job at AM because he has done it in AX, and he has played that role in AX. So definitely he can do both jobs. That he can do both jobs at once, and why we are not looking at him at all? There's no news about Hakim Ziyech, and this is the weird thing about this transfer window, because it's not only us, it's everybody else that's not interested in AX players for some reason. But probably Real Madrid, Barcelona, they're not scared, because we can do anything at all that we want. After you guys cannot do it, so they just waited for us, waited for the Premier League to stop buying players, and they will do their part. So I think at the end of the day, it's not the worst transfer window for us, but this is not the greatest. This is not the rebuild that we are promised. That's all. Ole Gunnar has said, you'll be shocked by players that want to come to Manchester United. And I'm shocked that nobody of that sort came to Manchester United, because Harry Maguire must come to Manchester United. Duh. His mom has came out to say that since a kid, he has already wanted to play for Manchester United. Manchester United is a big team in England, and a lot of English players wants to play for Manchester United. It's the history behind us. So it's a no-brainer that players want to play for us. And Daniel James from Swansea comes to Manchester United. Duh. Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace want to come to Manchester United. Duh. These are not the players that shock me. Where are the players that shock me? Where are the Paulo Dybala? Okay, I'm not going to talk about Gareth Bale, but where are the players that want to come? Herwing Lozano wants to come. Where is he? He didn't come. He didn't, did he? I think if you're gonna say that, wait for January transfer window to bring in players, how many times have we done that? How many times have we kept pushing and pushing and pushing? Let's wait for the next transfer window. Let's wait for the next transfer window. So we have to do something as a fan. We have to actually get Glazer out trending. We have to do our job as fan to put pressure on Glazers on the board to sell the club, because Glazers are bloody useless. They only care about their pockets, and this 75 millions we get from Lukaku are going straight into the pocket, and this is why as fans we are very, very angry. Yes, we got a defender at 80 million, Harry Maguire, but this is not the rebuild that we promised. We were a shambolic team last season. If you say that, we're just enough to do well, what, fighting for top 4? Are we Manchester United if we only want to type of fight for top 4? That's Chelsea, that's Arsenal. Do we want to have that conversation again, that we want to be just like Arsenal? We are not. We are aiming for the first spot, and that's what Manchester City has been building for. And we should build for that, because we are Manchester United. We have the history behind us. This is Manchester United. Do not play with the legacy of Manchester United. Do not play with the fans of Manchester United. So Glazer, get out of the club. Somebody buy over Manchester United, kick them out of the club, and please, for God's sake, Glazers are just not the person to be the owner of Manchester United, because they don't love Manchester United, full stop. Get a fan in, for God's sake, because Glazers, we have to get the sentiment in. Gary Neville is correct. This is not Ole's fault. This is not Jose Mourinho's fault. Granted, I want Jose Mourinho out from then, and I still wanted him out now, because he is an authoritarian. He is a dictator, and he does not suit the management of. If you're gonna say Alex Ferguson is a dictator, yes, no players are bigger than the club. But the thing is, everything he does for Manchester United, and he gave players to run out those that deserve it. And his style is not rigid. He interchanged Carlos their best. Rooney and Ronaldo, the best season that I remember. Three of them were very creative, and the interchange on the flanks and in the middle, there was so many creativity on the field. But with the rigidity of Jose Mourinho, it's killing us. So that's why I wanted him out, and he's gone, which is fine because his dictatorship is actually causing player not to want to play for Manchester United. He caused player to be unhappy. Alex Ferguson, he wasn't the cause of that. He actually get players want to play for Manchester United, and he actually gave them the freedom to do the crazy passes, the creativity, to let them have the creativity to perform on the field, to put in the risky passes. Because and Jose Mourinho always talk about the simple passes. No, when you reach the final third, it's always about the creative passes, because being unpredictable is going to win you game. That's what creativity is about. If it's all the simple passes, anyone can do that. McTominay can do that. Ernest Pereira can do that. Okay, the ball boy can do that. So what Jose Mourinho? So yeah, I wonder Jose Mourinho is out, and Ole has shown us in his preseason, in the first 30 game that he has with us, how good manager he can be. His tactic, his pressing game is really, really good. It's a reminiscence of the attacking time of Sir Alex Ferguson. So no, it's not Ole's fault. Everybody who's gonna scream that he should be gone by December, he should be gone by Halloween. Hello, he is not the problem at Manchester United. Gary Neville has said the problem is in the spine of Manchester United. It's with the board, it's with the higher ups. They're not releasing the fund. They're not doing what they promised us to do. They are angering the fans. So please get Glazers out. Please get Ed Woodward out. These people are not Manchester United fans. Full stop. We have to get Manchester United fans as the board member. So yes, this transfer window's problem, the next season's problem, is all on you, Glazers. It's all on you, Ed Woodward. It's all on you, the board. So no, it's not Ole's fault. Do not scream for Ole out. I'm not going to scream for Ole out unless his tactic is really, really bad. Unless, you see, tactic does not mean that, he's going to lose game. He is not given the player that he wants. He's not given reinforcement in the midfield. How are you going to conjure magic? So Ole Gunnar is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And you say that he's not man enough to man up to the board. Whatever he said at the press conference, that he is not strong enough. No. Because what you say in the press conference is going to affect the players as well. And he is trying to keep the harmony in the dressing room by saying the right thing. He did not name any players. He did not... He did not go down and attack his own players, because as soon as you do that, you are out of the club. Jose Mourinho out of the club, Conte out of the club, Sarri out of the club, because they attack their own players. And this shouldn't be done. Emre has not done that. He didn't get a good result, but he's back. He's back fully this season. Tierney is in. Kieran Tierney has gotten through the door of Arsenal. David Luiz, not the best signing, but he has come to shore up the defense. And Pepe is one of the best signings that Arsenal has gotten in recent time, along with Lacazette and Aubameyang. These three are going to tear up defenses next season. And who do we have? Good. I trust Rashford. I trust Martial. Probably Greenwood should start. And they're very, very exciting players, along with Daniel James. But Mata, Matic, Lingard, please. These are not the players that are going to crack any defense at all. They are not creative, and Mata is creative, but he's not fast enough to press and cause opponents to make mistakes. Matic, if going gets tough, he can't get tough. He just gets slower. That's all he gets. So the thing is, we are not back this transfer window in the middle of the pitch. Defense very solid, but again, it's played by 11 players. If we don't have 11 quality players, what is Manchester United going to do? And the thing is, because of the senior players, always are forced to play Matic, are forced to play Mata one of these days. And we're going to fail because of them. And Lingard is just not good enough. So I think at the end of the day, yes, I agree that Manchester United are bloated with players, especially in the defense. And if Rojo did indeed, I have to check, if Rojo did indeed leave, that's good, because that's good for him. So good luck all of him, because he's not going to sit on the bench. I think he should be leaving our club. So I think at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's not all his fault. It's Glazer's fault. It's Edward's fault, and we have to be strong. We have to be united in supporting Ole. in the next season because he's not been back. As long as the tactic, as long as we are always playing to our strength, as long as we can see good football, attacking football, pressing football, I think we cannot fault Oli more. We cannot fault Oli because it's Edward Woodward and Glazers who have failed us, who failed to bring in reinforcement in the center midfield, reinforcement, a better reinforcement on the right wing because Daniel James is reinforcement on the left wing actually. So I think at the end of the day, do not fault Ole. I'm gonna support Ole throughout this season unless his football has become defensive, unless it's really boring, it's a left pass, right kind of tactic. Again, we're going back to Vanguard time, Jose Mourinho time, David Moyes time. So unless it's really, really bad tactic, then yes, Ole's out. But if he pushes on with his attacking football, pushes on with his pressing football, we should support Ole. We should support Ole, but we should call Glazers out. We should call Edwards out. Good football, good tactic. Ole saying the right thing in the press conference, bringing his players' confidence up. But confidence doesn't mean they have the talent to unlock the defense, the Bournemouth we're gonna meet, to unlock the Burnley we're gonna meet. So I think at the end of the day, do not blame Ole. The tactic is right. You can see it in preseason. Unless we play defensively, do not blame Ole. But please go on and blame Glazers. Go on and blame Edward Wood because they are our biggest problem. They are our enemies at the moment. And I hope their reluctance to spend money and they getting money from Rojo's deal, they get the money from Lukaku deal, is because they want to sell the club. And I hope this is being done fast. So if you're Ole out, if you're Ole in, and if you're Glazer out, Edward out, please like this video, please share it, and please support our channel, support our Facebook group, like our Facebook group, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have a nice day. It has not been nice being a Manchester United supporter, but we will power through next season. I will be Ole in until he shows us that his football is actually boring. And because he wasn't back this transfer window, and it's all on ad, it's all on Woodward. Glazers out.